you know what this woman did, man? She worked for a diner, a Greasy Spoon diner that was going out of business. It was her only job. She was a single mother. It was her only job. She needed that job, but the diner was going to close. So she went to the owner of the diner and said, let me bake one of my pies. People like my pies, and see if I can help you make a little money. He said, whatever, bring it in. She bought one pie in. They sold every slice. The next day, the people came in and asked for the pie. She had to go home and make another pie. The next day, so many people asked for the pie, she had to make 4 pies. Then people started saying, can I buy my own pie? She made so many pies at this store that she eventually saved her money and put a commercial oven in her house. She done made so many pies, the dude's shop, he ain't selling hamburger no more. All he's selling is them pies. That's how Marie Callender got started. Marie Callender now has over 120 restaurants. You can't go to no frozen food section without seeing Marie Callender in there. You know what she started with? A pie. One pie.
The Bible said, a man in his gift will create room for him. Nobody gets rid of what they think they got to have. Make yourself indispensable, and you automatically have job security. To cut you off should make them cut their nose off to spite their face. A man's gift makes room for him. Before I deal with the room, I want to deal with the bringing you before great men. Because many times when you are gifted, your gift will bring you into an environment of people for which you have not been groomed. And if you're not careful, even though your gift got you there, your character can't keep you there because you don't know how to act in the environment that you're gifted to be in.
Come on.
You're gifted enough to be in there, but you're not mature enough to be in there. And so your immaturity will often abort what the room that the gift creates for you. Have you ever been gifted enough? God opened up a door, you got yourself in an environment, then you did something so stupid that you went home and realized, I messed that up. A man's gift will make room for him and bring him before great men. What are you going to do when you get there? Gifted enough to get there, but not mature enough to stay. Gifted enough to get selected to the choir, but can't get along with anybody in the choir. Countless times I've seen gifts take them on the stage, and the person could sing well enough to be on the stage, but they were so arrogant. They got so arrogant because they weren't mature enough to stand the light of success. Now they're beside themselves. Now they've got to have a white room with white flowers and a white vase and a white this and a white that. Come on, come out of it, come out of it. Yesterday you were singing over some fried chicken and collard greens. Come to yourself. You've lost your mind. You've lost your mind. Come out of it.
The dude that cut my hair, I met him in 1986. He cut my hair for $10. I remembered him. When I got on TV, I had hired him. He came out there, he started making $300 a haircut. I paid him 10. He had been with me so many years that he was making $1,500 per haircut. I was getting my hair cut 4 times a week for television and touring. I paid him $1,500 each time. He was making $6,000 a week. You know what he was doing? Cutting hair. That same haircut I paid $10 for in '87. This dude was cutting it now for me for $1,500. I cut my hair off, but then let me tell you what he did. I paid him a chunk of money for being with me all these years. Gave him a severance pay. Told him good luck. Guess what this dude got now? He got 4 salons, and he owned 2 barber colleges. You know what this dude make now? $3.6 million a year. You know what he do? He cut hair. He don't do nothing else.
Right.
That's his gift.
That's his
Friend
gift.
of mine we grew up with. All he did was cut grass. He had a single blade lawnmower that he pushed. He was so good at it, he could raise the blades up and lower them. He could cut patterns in your grass. We little, I'm going, hey man, we going swimming. Now I got to cut Miss Jackson grass. He could cut patterns in your yard. He could put your initials in your grass. As a little boy, $2 for the front, $2 for the back, $4. We used to laugh at him all the time. Well, let me tell you what we're laughing at now. He got a landscaping company in Cleveland. You know how much this boy making? $4 million a year.
Yes.
You know what he do? He cut grass. He got 38 trucks. He got all the contracts in the city, malls, corporations. And when it snow outside, he do such a good job cutting the grass, he put plows on the front of his trucks, and he got all the snow removal contracts. This boy making $4 million a year, and you know what he do? He cut grass.
You're great in your element, but you have to understand the biography of your element. There's nothing wrong with being quiet. When God introduces you to a new level, don't try to be impressive. Shut up. You just got there. Shut up. You don't know where you are yet. Shut up. See, God, what I'm trying to get you ready for is that God is going to beam you up into situations that are going to be so new and so shocking that when you get there, you're going to be there because of your gift, but you are going to be disoriented. Give yourself a moment to understand your environment.
Right.
Check out where you are.
Right.
Everything is not what it appears to be. Shut up. Orientate yourself to what God is about to do in your life. God said, I'm getting ready to do a new thing in your life.
Come on.
Don't go into a new door with an old attitude, trying to do what you did over in this area now that you're in that area. Shut up. All truths are not transferable. What worked in this element doesn't always work in that element. You have to study the environment that you're in before you make a mistake. How many people have made a stupid mistake? I didn't kill anybody, didn't get anybody destroyed, because you are narrow-minded. You only see things from your perspective. And you limit your growth because the only thing you can see is what you were used to. And now God is taking you into another dimension, and you have to get a global perspective of where you, somebody say global perspective.
Global
You gotta
perspective.
get a
Come on.
global perspective
Come
of
on,
where
TD.
you are now. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning, but I feel like I gotta coach you because you're getting ready to go into another dimension. You're getting ready to go into another zone. God's gonna orbit you into things so fast. Your gift's gonna take you there, but your mind's not gonna be ready for it. And you're gonna need this tape. You might not need it right now, but you're gonna need this.
I was speaking at a school once. I was talking to the students. The principal was mortified with my message because I was telling the truth. I was telling the kids, your education is important, but your education is not the most important thing in your life.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it's not.
I agree.
Your dream is the most important thing in this world. It tops your education. Your dreams dwarf your education. I said, and the principal came up on the stage while I was speaking, don't ever say that to my school again. Well, I'm just telling you, dog. You could save your kids a lot of pain if you ever talk to them about their dreams. You got to talk to young people about their dreams. See, it's not your education. The Bible don't even mention education. It ain't even in there. The Bible says a man without a dream or vision shall perish. If you talk to kids about their dreams, your dreams can spur you to get the education. But if you never find out what a child is dreaming about, you can't hold their attention. It's the dream, man. If you got a kid that want to be an airplane pilot, you can quit talking to him about education. Talk to him about being a pilot, how great it is, where he'll be able to fly. Then he'll do math, he'll do engineering, he'll go to science, because he wants to be a pilot. It's the dream that's the biggest thing. People killing me, man, with this education. I ain't knocking education, but you can make it without education.
You sure
I
can.
ain't got one. You know what I mean?
And I
People
got a
degrees
degree.
Ain't working, ain't working nowhere. Now, if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, dentist, stuff like that, you got to go get education. We're not talking
Exactly.
about that.
We ain't talking about
But you
that.
keep going and get all these pieces of paper hanging on your wall. You got one degree, you ain't make it with that.
Your life will never be a straight path. I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't say it, I sure couldn't pass it. So then I decided to go into pre-law, then journalism. And with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. I was a 1.8 GPA one semester, and the university very politely suggested that it might be better to take some time off. I was 20 years old. I was at my lowest point. And then one day, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop. There was this older woman who was considered one of the elders in the town. And I didn't know her personally, but I was looking in the mirror, and every time I looked at the mirror, I could see her. She was staring at me. She said something I'll never forget. She said, young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy. She said, you are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people. Now, mind you, I'm 20 years old. I'm flunked out of school. So when I got back to Fordham that fall, I got in, I changed my major once again for the last time. And in the years that followed, just as that woman prophesied, I have traveled the world and I have spoken to millions of people through my movies. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing.
Nothing.
Watch this.
Nothing.
A man's gift will make room for him. Room is capacity. It's going to make capacity. It's going to make capacity. God's going to put you in a large place. See, with your gift will put you in a large place. It will create a space for you. It will create, if you're good at your gift, it will create space for you.
That's
it will
real.
create positions for you. It will create opportunities for you. It will create favor for you. David didn't know anything about palaces. He just got there because he was good with a rag and a rock. But look how far he got with a rag and a rock. I tell people, you'll know you're anointed. Truly anointed people can take lesser equipment and do more with it.
Come on.
You won't have nearly as much as
Come
other
on.
person had, but you learn how to work what you have. And if you can work what you have, God will open up doors for you and take you to another level.
Yes, he will.
I heard the Lord say to me, he said, when you get to that congregation, tell my people that I got new rooms for them. Tell them that their eyes have not seen, their ears have not heard, neither have entered into their heart the things that I have prepared for them that love it. I have rooms prepared for you right now. I had them prepared when you were going through your trouble and your trials and your tests and your temptation. I already had a blessing set up for you, and I'm waiting for you to grow up enough so that you can stand in the full vesture
Come on.
of what I have for you. Touch somebody and tell them, get ready. New rooms, new thinking,
New rooms.
new ideas, new concepts, new philosophy, new challenges, new levels, new dimensions, new devils, new problems, new burdens, new crisis, new rooms. Touch somebody and say, new rooms. Here's frustration. To live and die, and the rooms that God has for you, you never grew up enough to be able to handle what God had for you. I would hate not to be able to get what God has for me. That's failure.
I was 27 years old, October 8th, 1985, Hilarities Comedy Club. Walked in the comedy club, first time in my life, won amateur night, $50. Drove 40 minutes home, cried all the way home. This girl I rode with, she said, why you crying? It ain't but $50. You don't even understand. I'm born. She said, what you mean you born? I said, I know what I'm gonna do the rest of my life. She said, you ain't winning but $50. I said, no, I've been praying my whole life, God, what is it? My life gotta be more than this. I won that comedy competition. I went to work October 9th, the next morning, and quit my job. That decision cost me everything I had. I lost everything. I lost my family. I lost friends. I lost everything. I became homeless. I lived in a car for 3 years. But I just saw this. I saw this vision. I just pursued it. I said, wow, that's it.
Yep.
You have to take chances in life. If you don't take chances in life, you'll never have the life God has for you.
Exactly.
Life is about risk.
Exactly.
If you play it safe, you won't have much of a life.
Yep.
Remember this.
Life is
Real
risk.
average life.
It take courage to pursue your dream.
Yes, it
I
does.
just did it. It
Come on.
cost me everything. God is very good, man, when he sees you take a leap of faith.
Exactly.
He supplies you everything you need. Now, it's going to cost you something, but most people are not willing to pay what it costs to go after your dream because you're going to have to hurt a little bit.
Yep.
And most people don't like being uncomfortable. If you don't want to be uncomfortable, please do not pursue success.
Right.
Because success is very uncomfortable. I learned to be comfortable being uncomfortable. If you can get that in your head, everything you've ever gone through, God got you through it. You didn't even realize it. He just got you through it. You can't name one thing he didn't pull you through. Well, I lost my mother. I'm still grieving over that. I lost my mama 21 years ago. I still grieve over it, but I'm here. You know, I got through it. You're going to get through it. But you got to take chance in life, man. Can't play it safe, y'all. You gotta jump, you gotta go for it.
You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose.
Exactly.
You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. Embrace it because
part
it's
of it.
inevitable. And I should know. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought. Except for the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition. I prayed. I prayed. And I prayed. But I continued to fail and fail and fail. But it didn't matter because there's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you, you could have brought us to life, and now we have to go to the grave together. So you got to get out there, you got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. The question is, what are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have?
God already has some things for you that you have not received. God told Abram, I'll show you this, I'll close. He says, walk thou before me and be thou perfect. Okay. And when the old folks used to teach this, they used to tell us that God had put you out front and God was behind you, watching your perfection. And if you were perfect enough, you could get the promises of God. But the old folks understood English, they didn't understand Hebrew. The word perfect in Hebrew doesn't mean holy, it means mature. God said, get in front of me and grow up. And the more you grow up, the more I'm going to unlock promises for you. I've got new levels of glory. And when I see you grow up, I'll give you things that I had for you way back when you were a child. With my baby son, he doesn't even know it. I got a gold watch that I bought when he was born. And it has his name, Thomas Dexter Jakes Jr., and my name, Thomas Dexter Jakes Sr., engraved on the gold watch. I picked it out before he was born. I cannot give it to him now. If I give it to him now, he'll tear it up. But as soon as he matures enough.
Okay, it's like 2 more minutes left. So we've been on here 26 minutes on TikTok and 18 on YouTube. So it's Saturday. Some of you all are small business owners. Some of you are not, right? The biggest thing that I had, like I said, wanted to share with you was mindset, right? Manifesting in your gift, understanding your gift, understanding where you're going. It's not for everybody. Everybody not looking for new levels. Everybody not looking for that next step. Like you said, some people want to stay and remain average. That's cool. But some of you, it's new levels for you. Some of you, it's time to roll. Some of you, it's time to pour into that gift, right? And so I'm wholeheartedly somebody who has experienced the change. When I literally started talking to God and communicating with the Most High, and reading and listening to more people in leadership and getting into these different rooms and new levels and places that I have been taken because I have poured into my gift, right? So it's real. That's just what I want to say. Like, no matter where you are in life, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Any and everything that you are going through can change, but it's all with a matter of you. And it starts here with this, your mental, your mindset. So once you can control that, once you understand that, you can block negativity. You can stop negativity in its track. Like if I have a negative thought, I know immediately that's not me. That's the enemy, right? But now I can immediately understand that, and I immediately block it. I immediately start speaking over myself like, no, that is not real. That is not, I rebuke that. I deny that, right? When you grow mentally, you will be able to see it. So you won't pour into it. I don't talk to people. I don't do gossip. I don't talk to people who gossip. I have a very limited circle. I probably talk to less than 2 people. And my mother is one of them. Right? I've never had a circle of people around me. You may see me at events, which is different. But in my everyday life, I don't have a lot of people in my life, because if they're not on the same wavelength, if they're not on the same growth pattern, if they're not looking to better themselves, educate themselves, pour into themselves, I'm not doing it. I'm good. And that's the other thing too, when you really start tapping into your gift, you're going to have to understand that he is going to put you in a place of, I like to say, like, put you in a room. I'm by myself 99.9% of the time. You have to be okay with you. You have to be okay with loving on you. You have to be okay with being in your own space. You don't need people around you. Some of y'all love to have people around you. Sometimes I see people, they out every weekend. Got all kind of people at their house, in their house. And I just look and I be like, you a real needy individual. Do you even like yourself? Cause people that I see like that, to me, are always trying to be around somebody, with somebody, always has to be in the mix. Nah. When God really starts separating you and preparing you, you have to go into a place where you're alone. You have to go into a place where you're alone. That's the only way you're going to learn the lesson. You can't learn the lesson and you can't understand if you got all these different people around you and everybody got something to say. You get what I'm saying? Especially when you are starting a business. Because in the beginning, none of my family members, everybody thought I was crazy when I was like, I'm not going back to corporate America. Because mentally, everybody is brainwashed to believe that you have to work for somebody else to make it. So when you say, I'm going to do this on my own, I'm going to start this business, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, people don't see the vision. What did he just say? Kids lack vision because you pushing and forcing education on them. Education is not required. Steve Harvey says it all the time. He's not educated, but he got a lot of people that work for him that do. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to be educated to be a boss, to be a leader, to be a millionaire, whatever it is that you want to do. But again, that's what we're brainwashed and taught in society. Go to school, get an education, go work for somebody else, right? So when you have that feeling, like I did early on, like I agree with that. Like I never felt that none of my managers should be managing me. I never felt like I should be answering to nobody. I never felt like I need to ask somebody when I can go to the bathroom, when I can go on vacation. That corporate world, that's mental slavery. It's modern day slavery with a little pay salary. Like it is what it is. And that's the other thing. We have to be real and honest. I was once there. So I'm not knocking nobody that's got to work a corporate job in a 9 to 5, but the reality of it is it's modern day slavery. It is. Because the average person make 40, 50,000 in corporate America. There's less than 10% of people who make $100,000 working a corporate job. Do that sound right to y'all? But these CEOs making 50 million. They bonus is 20 million. They salary is 50 million. And we bring it home 40, 50, 60,000. Baby, no. No, it's modern day slavery. It is what it is. But again, when he separates you from the world, and when it's time for you to elevate and grow, these are the things that you get exposed to. Your mind becomes clear. Your mental, you see things clear as day. While the rest of the world is brainwashed and arguing with each other about which president, which white man gonna be over you. Right. Okay. You seeing all kind of nationalities argue about which white old man is gonna be running you. Right. I don't focus on that. No matter what president is in office, Patrice is good. I'm good 365 days a year because Patrice provides for Patrice with God's help. Because I'm self-employed. Because I started this business. Because I'm walking in my gift. Because I do have a formal ministry. Right? So, like he said, when you step out and you do what he told you to do, because some of us are listening. Some of us, like I said, are called. Every single one of us has an assignment here on this earth. Your assignment is not to just live check to check. Your assignment is not to be broke your whole life. Your assignment is not to be in poverty your whole life. That's not your assignment. So when you're ready to step out of the mental matrix, which is what we have here in the everyday world, right? You're in the matrix. When you're ready to step out of that and tap in to your creator, to the Most High, and allow him to guide you on what you're here for, what is your purpose, what is your gift, then you will walk in it wholeheartedly and you will start to see clearly how the world is, how it's meant to be portrayed a certain way. But there are a lot of us that are living our best life and we're not living the way society told us to. And so again, it's a system. You're taught that. You literally have to unlearn all of the crap that you were taught and then relearn again. You get what I'm saying? So, this message, like I said, is not for everybody. It's for some. But I'm talking to the few of you who are like me. If you're chosen, if you're a chosen one, if you understand your gift and your purpose, and you know that you feel different, you know that, people, places, and things, it feels different. You feel awkward. You feel out of place. Tap into that. Tap into that. I never fit in. I never was a part of the crowd. He touched me at 7 to let me know I was different. It's okay. It's harder when you're younger. But I'm 41. I've been on this journey the last 6 years. So at 35, I really tapped in. Really, really tapped in to my full potential and what God has for me. And I'm loving the growth. So if you're ready, like he said, it's gonna be a sacrifice. You definitely got to sacrifice. A lot of people don't know that I lived in my office for 11 months. I don't say I was homeless because it still was some form of shelter, right? It wasn't a standard home, but I lost my home. I lost both my cars. I lost a lot of stuff. Lost it. I almost lost my mind. But in that time frame of those 11 months, God told me to be still. So I could have afforded to get another place or rent a house out, but I was building my business. It was me and my dog. Me and my ex had already split up. I'm like, I could go stay in my office. I had a 3-room, 2,000 square foot office space. I was spending $2,000 a month for that space. So I heard him and he said, be still. So my be still was, I moved into my office. And I did not have a shower. So I had to go to the gym or my mom's house to shower. People don't understand that it's always a sacrifice. It's always something that you got to go through. You heard Steve say he was living out his car for 3 years, but now look at his life, right? So that, again, also shows when you really walking in your calling, when you are a chosen one, when you're able to go through the down times, the not so good times, but when you're able to come out of it. It's not what happened to you, right? It's how did you come from it? How did you come back from it? How did you come out of it? Because a lot of people was like, "Ooh, Patrice, I would have just let my business go and probably went back to a job." Right. That's why you're not Patrice L. Stewart. That's why I am. That was my thing to go through. But I also got a lot of clarity in those 11 months, sitting in that dark room in the back with no window at night, talking to God, crying to God, trying to figure it out, pushing through it. That's what it's called, perseverance, right? It's real easy to give up and go back and get a corporate job. That was the easiest thing. Anybody could do that. But he showed me in that time frame, I got something for you. And even while I was depressed and living in my office, I still had clients coming in. I still had to service my clients. They had no clue that I was living in my house. Living in my office. I still had to minister to them because people don't understand in financial services, when people come sit down with you to get their taxes done, baby, they tell you their whole life, right? I literally be ministering to clients when they come see me for tax season. And so even in my own stuff, I still had to be obedient. I still had to listen to what God was telling me to do and handle my business, right? But then what now? I'm in a better office. I moved out of that office on 95th Street. I went down to Bridgeport, got me in a warehouse, got a nice office space. You know what I'm saying? Built it out real nice, real secure. And I'm paying less than half the cost that I was paying before. Which means now that cost of me paying that $3,000 a month to that space and me going to half that allowed me to hire more staff. That allowed me to hire more people. That allowed me to do more things, right? That allowed me to grow in business, right? But I didn't know that at the time. But I was being obedient. Because like I said, listening in those dark nights, I had to be obedient. I had to listen. And the only way that you can get clarity is when you are centered and you're by yourself. So if God is removing people out of your life right now, people that you thought were going to be there, people that you thought you was going to be friends with forever. I'm talking about I had some that I was calling the day ones. We known each other since we was high school. No. He will have them show you something and you're going to be like, you know what? I'm gone. I had to let and cut a lot of people off. And you have to be okay with that because they cannot go with you. So the longer you hold on to them, you're not going to move. Some of you are feeling stagnant. It's because you still got some people around probably. It's because you're not fully tapped into this energy that he's trying to give you. This is mental, for real. This whole world and atmosphere we live in, it's all energy. We're little atoms. We're atoms. We're a million and billion atoms put together, literally, right? We're space. We're energy. So all of that, the sun, the moon, the stars, it's connected. It's part of your energy. So that's why I say this, the power in this tongue is real. I don't say small business. I don't say small business anymore. I said I'm taking that out because there's nothing small about what I'm doing. There's nothing small about my business, and it's nothing small about yours. So moving forward, we're calling this Big Business Saturday. Big energy, as PD like to say, right? We on big energy. And if you are like me, like PD say, Pastor Darius, that's what we call him, right? He say all the time, big energy, big energy. But he also says, I'm allergic to being average. If you know that it's more for you, it's greater for you, I'm talking to you. If you're allergic to being average, you also got to show it. You can't just talk about it. You got to do it. Your actions have to line up. Your actions have to match. And then you can see your life grow. Many of you, your life isn't growing because you just talking like everybody else. That's the difference between those of us who are really about this life. We do it. Ain't no talking. The action speaks for itself. You get what I'm saying? So I have to get myself together because I have 2 classes today. We are teaching life insurance today. the basics of life insurance. Anna Rivera will be on. I'm on a private Zoom today at 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. If you all would like to join, you can text me right now. You can text LIFE to 773-253-8668. You can text LIFE to 773-253-8668. So we'll be going over a life insurance workshop, why life insurance is important, why you should have it. And then I have a class tonight at 6 o'clock for system sales and automation. So I have work to do. I'll see the rest of you all probably tomorrow. I will probably not be on again today since I have 2 classes. I'm gonna be pushing a lot of energy out. So this is my morning routine that I get on YouTube and find some kind of motivational content. I have 100 videos saved for me to be able to manifest in my thoughts and stuff like that. But if you need that, if this helped you today, then I would suggest you doing that. Get on daily. Pour this into your mind in the beginning when you first wake up. Like I said, before you get on these phones and on these apps. I really already did this before I got on with y'all, and I just came back on and let you watch it again with me. But this is my routine. This is my routine. I get up and I put my mind in a mental space to be able to deal with the world. Because, you know, the moment you open up these phones, it's all kind of bad stuff. I'm in Chicago, so news break every hour is some kind of killing, robbery, murder, right? I can't focus on that. I can't focus on the worldly things. I have to stay in this bubble that God has me in, and you have to maintain your mindset. You get what I'm saying? So, yes, it's hateful things going on in the world, but you can't focus on that. We would never change if you focus on that. So I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV. I don't have cable. I got Netflix, Hulu, stuff like that, them little streaming apps, and YouTube. But when I do have any downtime, usually this is the kind of content that I listen to. And like he said, some of y'all want the change, but then when you get here, you ask for it and you like, this what I got to do? This is part of what you have to do. You have to let go of the old. You can't still watch Love and Hip Hop. You can't still be on the shade room and gossiping and talking about people and your family members and then asking God to help you and change you. You're not even doing the work. That don't even make sense. So you have to let that old negativity, kind of hateful mindset stuff go. All of that is negative and drama. What they push out here on the Black community to watch. That's all negative and drama. I don't have time for that. So all I do is pour in positivity. I listen to people like Dr. Darius Daniels. That's my business coach. He's a pastor and an entrepreneur. He talks to us on a level of an entrepreneur and walking in your faith, right? So that's the video that we heard yesterday. You can
Stop losing stuff.
You could follow him on YouTube, and it's DHARIUS. All right, Dr. Darius Daniels. Okay, this was a what is it? What they call them? Like a compilation. So this had Steve and TD Jakes. They had a little bit of what's his name? Denzel, right? So. That one is called, that YouTube channel is called Inspiring Habits. But literally, that's what you have to do. You have to keep yourself in that kind of state of mind, right? Like I said, clarity. You get all kind of clarity. I am in Chicago, yes. You get all kind of clarity when you do that. All right? So, business owners, I wish you prosperity. I pray prosperity over your life and your businesses. And I also pray that you tap in to your full gift, your full glory of what God has for you. And no matter what you went through, what you're going through, that doesn't define you, right? It doesn't define you as a person. If you lost anything, if anything that you did, you took a risk. That's what we do in life. That's why we are business owners. That's why we are leaders, because you have to take a risk, right? And that does not mean that you failed. The YouTube channel is called Inspiring Habits. So this particular video that we were listening to is called Manifest Your Gift, but the channel itself is called Inspiring Habits. And they have a lot of compilations. That's why I like that channel, because they do a lot of compilations. I also listen to Dr. Miles Monroe. Love me some Dr. Miles Monroe. Again, a man who talks about leadership and entrepreneurship, but from a faith standpoint, right? And so again, those of us that are tapping in more to the Most High, to our Creator, right? Whatever you want to call them. I'm not religious. I don't do religion. Man is religion. God is relationship. I got to get my shirts made when I say that. I always say that. Man is religion. God is relationship. Focus on your relationship, right? That's what it is. Your relationship. You don't have to be in a church. You can sit right here in your living room and have a conversation with your Creator, all right? You can talk to him, her, whatever you want to call them, at any time, right? But that is the one who is going to give you clarity, because they're the ones who made you. Your Creator put you here, right? So who is the best person for you to go to and ask for clarity? Your Creator. So when you don't know, when you don't understand, people, I'm going to give you this before I leave. Your grandmamas and them used to say, don't question God. I'm going to say the opposite. Question him. I question God about any and everything that bothers me. I talk to God like we G's, like we OGs. I be like, hey, God, you don't need me to understand this today, because I'm not getting blah, 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 blah. Right? This is literally it. If y'all want to see it, okay? This is me sitting right here on my couch. And after I get off of here with you, this is how I talk. I don't understand this. Or I need you to help guide me into this, because these people are not listening. So why are you having me do certain things when these people are not listening, right? This was the type of stuff that I used to ask him, because I wondered for so many years. I was on Facebook for 10 years doing videos and content and trying to educate people. And I was like, they not listening. So I'm like, God, why are you having me talk to people that are not listening? Why are you having me talk to a group of people, who are okay with going out here and killing each other and wearing Gucci and gold and not paying attention to what's happening in the world? Like, why? Why do I got to be the one keep talking? And ain't nobody listening. And he said, because I told you to. In so many words, right? But then also in, December 31st of 2020, because I got on TikTok in January of 2021. He told me, he said, I got a new platform for you. And sometimes he will still have you do the same assignment. He will just move you to a different location. He will put you in other rooms to where the people are ready for the knowledge. You get what I'm saying? Yes, that's it. Inspiring Habits on YouTube, right? So when I came over to TikTok, the very first video that I put out, it instantly went viral. I got over 10,000 people following me in less than 3 days. I was like, this is crazy. Then I got on TikTok and I started doing lives and videos, and I would have 1,000 people on here watching and listening and understanding and interacting and talking back with me. And the same when I got on YouTube. But then when my PPP video went viral, I shut down. Most people, when they go viral, they keep on pushing content out for y'all, right? I was like, oh, no. Like, I went and hid. I went away. I went away for months. I didn't even probably get on for months. Even now, I went away, right? Because this has been my consistent battle with God. People think that I'm an extrovert. I'm really an introvert. I like my space. I like my time. I like my peace. I love me now. It took me a long time to get here to love on Patrice. But now I love me. I love being alone. And he's pushing me in new levels now. He's pushing me to get out. He's pushing me to be in the rooms, but he's also allowing me to be able to control my rooms to a point, right? So like when I do events, like I just held this brunch this past Sunday, but that was an event that I did, that I handpicked 20 people to come in and commune with me in one space, right? So that's what he's been telling me is you can host these private events. That way you can kind of control the narrative in the room versus you being in a room of 1,000 people with a bunch of energies, because I'm big on energy. I'm real big on energy. I will back away from you real quick. I walk past and your energy is not up to par. Oh, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I don't do that negative, bad energy. And I'm very big on that. I was like that as a kid. I could read people energy real well. So when I go into a lot of rooms, it's a lot of fake and phony. I don't do fake and phony. What I say, I'm the realest tax and business strategist you're going to ever meet. So it's very hard for me to do fake and phony. And I don't do it well. And it's written all over my face. I got one of them faces that just show. So I'd rather not go to your event and do this all night. So I have to monitor my rooms, okay? I have to monitor my rooms because it's a lot of them that's fake and phony, and I don't do the fake and the phony. All right, but I lost my train of thought of what I was getting ready to tell y'all, but y'all get it. Y'all get the gist of what I've been saying, right? But the thing I'm saying is talk to God, question God. There's nothing wrong with questioning God because that is the only person, your creator, that can give you straight direction. Not people, not your mama, not your daddy, not your grandmama. Like I said, people will limit their limitations and their lack of a vision on you. Love my daddy to death, but my daddy did not think that I should be an entrepreneur. My daddy was like, you're not going back to a corporate job. What? You know what I'm saying? I know if he's from in heaven looking down and seeing the success that I've had staying in business 14 years. I started my business in 2008, right? And I've been completely self-employed since 2013, but my parents didn't see that vision, right? So you can't allow people who don't see your vision to be over here in your ear, because that's why so many of y'all sitting on the sideline. You talking to the wrong people. Talk to your creator. All right, I'm out. Have a good Saturday. If we're going to see you on the workshop later on, great. Oh, I'm sorry, YouTubers. I didn't even see. The chat wasn't on, or it wasn't showing me. I didn't even know a couple of y'all commented on here. Hey, K. Dior. Now, Hennessy, because again, I don't deal with the PPP and the scandals. I don't focus on that. Again, that's kind of gossip and drama. So I don't care about that. That's somebody else's PPP loan. That don't bother me. So no, I didn't hear about it, and I'm not gonna hear about it because that's the type of stuff I don't pour into. It's gossip and drama. I'm in the shy too. You are inspiration. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I'm just doing what I'm told to do. Just doing what I'm led to do. That's it. Like I said, some of us are chosen. Some of us are chosen and we are called. And you walk a different life. You walk a different path. Okay, y'all just on here agreeing with me. Right, Miss Allen. We love our own company, baby. That's it. That's it. When you love yourself. A lot of people don't love themselves either, though. You also need to do therapy. I'm gonna say that. It's a lot of hurt. It's a lot of grown people walking around as little kids on the inside, like little hurt kids. I went through therapy. I did almost 10 months, 10 or 11 months worth of therapy. It was one of the best things that I could have done. You learn a lot in therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy. Black people, you need to stop thinking that therapy is the problem or something wrong with you. No. It's the difference between a psychiatrist that gives you medication, and then there's a difference between a therapist that allows you therapy. Okay? Sometimes you're not going to get that apology that you deserve. You got some people in your life that hurt you. You got some family members in your life that hurt you, and they will never give you an apology. And you have to be able to move past that. That's again why some of you are stagnant, because you still focus on the past. You still focus on past hurt, past relationships, past everything. It's not demeaning, and it's not saying that it didn't happen to you. But your life cannot stay stagnant when you're focused on the past. You get what I'm saying? I didn't have a good relationship with my stepmother, and I allowed that to hold me back with a lot of stuff. And I learned that in therapy and now, after I went through therapy, we're fine. We're fine because I'm fine. I've understood that I will never get an apology. And it's okay. But now, when I walk in the room, I walk with my head high to the sky. I smile. I say hello. I even hold conversation. We good. I don't have no hurt in my heart, right? But before, I used to be quiet. I would shy off, hold my head down. Why? You know you didn't do nothing wrong. Why you walking in the room with your head down? Why you walking in the room ashamed and hurt? If anything, you need to walk in the room with your head high to the sky, because you got over it, because you healed from it. You didn't allow the enemy to try to defeat you. Because literally when you do that, when you're not walking in your gift, when you're not walking in your calling, when you're not walking in confidence and with your head held high, you're allowing the enemy to win. That's what you don't understand. You're allowing the enemy to win. Think about that. You're mad, and you heard that person done went on about their life, living their best life, and you still stuck in a moment or some moments that happen. And like I said, we're not negating that. It happened. But you cannot allow that to stagnate your entire life, your whole next steps. Baby. So go get healed. Go talk to a therapist. There's a lot of free services. I went to a therapist in at Governor State. In Chicago, Governor State has a program. So a lot of colleges, if you guys are in a city, whatever city you're in, check the colleges. Because a lot of colleges offer therapy sessions, and they offer it to people outside that are not a student. I was not a Governor State student. I did not attend Governor State. Okay? So they had a program. I went on their website and saw that they had a program, and they allow outside people. Some other colleges do that as well. But when, again, you start tapping into you and working on you and this mind and this heart, everything in your life around you will change because you've done the work to heal. All right? Now, y'all have a good Saturday. I'll see the rest of y'all in class and the rest of y'all